The deadly conflict between Israel and Iran has entered its sixth day, with violence intensifying and regional tensions reaching new highs. Overnight strikes were reported from both sides, marking the most destructive exchange since the fighting began. In fact, late Tuesday night, Iran launched hypersonic Fatah 11 missiles at Israel in what its Revolutionary Guard called the 11th wave of Operation Honest Promise 3. Iranian forces also deployed a swarm of drones toward Israeli territory, claiming full control over the skies of what they term the occupied lands. During a televised address, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared that Israel made a huge mistake and will be punished for that. Referring to President Trump's threats, he added that those who know Iran's history know that Iranians do not do well and do not answer well to threats. Israel, on the other hand, intercepted 2 drones over the Dead Sea and also responded with force. Its Air Force yesterday released footage it said showed fighter jets taking off to carry out strikes on Iran. Israeli warplanes then struck multiple sites in the Iranian capital, and the Israeli military issued an evacuation warning to civilians in Tehran's District 18, and state media later reported explosions in at least 3 Tehran provinces. Now, one of the key targets was a centrifuge production facility, which is part of Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Israel also claimed to have destroyed several weapons manufacturing sites producing materials for surface-to-surface missiles.
Struck deep, hitting Iran's nuclear, ballistic, and command capabilities. The Iranian regime has spent years getting closer to a nuclear weapon. They have spent billions building a ballistic missile program. Our mission is clear: to remove the threat at its source.
The UN nuclear watchdog confirmed that Israel's precision airstrikes had hit the underground Natanz nuclear complex, one of Iran's most secure facilities. In fact, over 50 Israeli Air Force fighter jets reportedly participated in these operations.
We pushed back the nuclear program in the last few days. We will continue with our efforts to push back the program. It's not a short operation. It's not similar to what we did in the 80s in Iraq, when we had to attack 1 reactor, or in 2005 when we took care of the reactor in Syria. It's a much more challenging operation, and it takes time.
Now, in response, an Iranian military leader vowed that Israel would soon see more attacks, warning of an imminent punitive operation and telling Tel Aviv and Haifa residents to evacuate.
The operations carried out so far were merely a warning and deterrence. A punitive operation will be implemented soon. Therefore, residents of Tel Aviv and Jaffa are strongly warned to leave those areas for their own safety. Don't fall victim to Netanyahu's animal desires.
So as military action escalates, diplomatic efforts are struggling to gain traction. Egypt's foreign minister held urgent calls with Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, calling for immediate de-escalation and a return to negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. Chinese and Polish authorities have also advised their citizens to evacuate Iran, citing the rising danger and possible closure of land borders.
For 3 weeks of pilgrimage and holidays, I stayed 10 days in Jerusalem, then I went north, and it happened that the war starts, so we are about to leave, but I feel sorry to leave because my experience here was very nice, and I wish that peace will come as soon as possible for all Israel.
Meanwhile, President Donald Trump has taken a hardline stance. In fact, on Tuesday, he demanded Iran's unconditional surrender while insisting that Washington has not been involved in Israel's offensive. However, he warned that his patience with Tehran is wearing thin. And in a dramatic statement, the president claimed the U.S. knows Khamenei's whereabouts, but has chosen not to target him, at least for now. With both Iran and Israel showing no signs of backing down and the U.S. considering direct involvement, the next few hours, or perhaps days, could be pivotal in changing the course of the Middle East.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka kaiju.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.